Find out what's the general state of our country. What's the current situation? What must we do? Find out on The State of Affairs with Trevor Lindsay.
Good day, Bermuda, and thank you for joining us for another edition of State of Affairs. We sit with Senator Lindsay Simmons, the PLP candidate for C10.
Correct.
Tell us about Lindsay.
So Lindsay, first and foremost, is a mother, a daughter, a sister, a wife, and a community activist. That's my passion, to be out in the community and to help people in the community.
You've been a senator for, as you stated earlier, 4 years.
4 years, yes.
Tell us about this walk. What have you learned? How have you grasped this
So actually, I think
challenge?
So when I ran in the 2020 election, I thought I wanted to be an MP at the time. I lost my seat and I ended up in the Senate. That's probably the best place for me. It's actually a good way to learn about legislation and passing bills and actually working under ministers. So I had great experience in working under the Deputy Premier and also Minister Tanae Farbett. And my colleagues in caucus are also really helpful. So it's been a great experience for me.
How did you get affiliated with the PLP, the Progressive Labour Party?
So my nana was a strong PLP supporter, and for me, it was no other party to join.
Okay.
So a few years back, I reached out to the colonel and told him I was interested, and he told me in order to join the party, I had to do one thing first, and I wasn't sure what he was talking about. But then he came back to me a couple of weeks later and said, "Did you do that one thing you had to do to become a politician?" So I said, "Colonel, I'm lost." But the first thing I needed to do was become a lifetime member. And then maybe a year before the election, I saw MP Chris Famous, and I admired what he did in community. And I told him that I wanted to join the party and help in the community. And it just so happens that I ended up in 12 and he's in 11.
Mm-hmm.
So working with the people in Devonshire was always wonderful. It's the best place to be.
Good stuff. So your name is in the hat for C10.
Correct.
You ran up against Robert King.
Mm-hmm.
What are you hearing at the doorsteps?
So a lot of people felt that we didn't have a representative for a while. So I put my name forward in September and asked if I could start canvassing on behalf of the PLP so we could have a representative. And so first there was some issues with Bridal Hill and done a private road, and the private road is actually crumbling on the side. So trash trucks and other emergency vehicles can't go up there. So it is a private road, but government is helping to fix that road. So the first person I actually spoke to was Mr. Darrell. And originally I told Mr. Darrell that helping him was nothing that I would ever have brought to the front.
Mm-hmm.
But he told me, "Lindsay, how is anybody going to know what you're going to do?" He's called me like 3 times. Make sure you tell this story. Make sure you tell what you're doing on Bridal Hill.
Mm-hmm.
So since September, I go up Bridal Hill every Wednesday night and I collect the trash personally and I take it down the bottom of the hill for him. And I've been doing that. And then it's other issues in the constituency, such as Loyal Hill Pass, on North Shore, the stacks that are at Buzz's facility, Coffee Beans.
Mm-hmm.
It's a smell there. It's a farm issue. And we're looking to address these issues.
What are especially with the farm that's been caught, as long as I can remember,
Mm-hmm.
animals.
Yes.
You got cows
Mm-hmm.
and different animals. The smell is not going to go nowhere. But how are the people in that area dealing with that? Is that a major complaint?
It is a major complaint. So I have reached out to the respective ministries, 2 ministries, actually, health and environmental protection, and actually 3 ministries, and also works in engineering. So I'm working closely with them to see what we could do to reduce the smell. Obviously, it's going to be a smell at the farm, but ways that we could reduce the smell in the area.
Yesterday, we spoke with Robert King about his statement he made about the civil servants.
Mhm.
He said it was blown out of proportion. How did you receive that statement?
Well, I'm not here actually to talk about Robert King and what he said. It's unfortunate what he said, but I'm not here to run his race. I'm here to run my own race, and
Oh.
I believe in running a clean race. So, he has to do what he has to do to try to win it, and so do I.
So what does Lindsay bring to the table there for CTAN?
So I feel like I bring a lot to the table. I'm not just somebody that's gonna say that I'm here for the short time just to get a vote. I've been canvassing, like I said, since September. I've been canvassing other constituencies since 2020. And I continue to canvass. I continue to be out in the community prior to the election, and I continue to do it up until today. So if somebody has an issue, I try to find the best way to help them, whether it's actually to rectify the situation or find a way to put them in the right direction to get it solved for them.
We got seniors and we got young people.
Mhm.
It's I guess the biggest challenge for any political party at present. Let's talk about the political party of today. Our seniors and our young people. Our young people are not working, and our seniors have high costs of everything. What's your thoughts on some of those concerns?
I mean, the legit concerns. I have elderly parents, and I also have a daughter. But I do feel that our government has, for the past 7 years, reduced. Added raised the pension, and so they are looking at ways to help seniors. We are looking for affordable homes with children. We always put our children first. The minister with education, and also foster care is a big thing for me. And I'm proud to say that we have implemented the independent living program that's in St. David's, and actually people do live there. It's up and running. It's not an empty building. I saw that people saying that was still an empty building. It's not an empty building. We actually have people that's transitioned out of foster care, and they actually have a safe place to go. I actually know one of the residents there, and she said it's the best thing that's happened to her since she's been placed in care.
Unemployment for our young people, has that been an issue at the doorstep in CTAN?
I haven't heard anybody bring it up to me on CTN about unemployment for young people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's your thoughts? The percentage is rather high for those 18s to 30, that age bracket. What might you say to that young person that looking for some direction from Lindsay Simmons?
I actually think if they're in CTN or just in Bermuda, if
Yeah.
you have in general, if you have an issue of unemployment, I know that Miss Cartwright, Malika, is doing a lot there, and also the minister, Jason Hayward, is doing a lot to help with unemployment. They're doing a great job, even with summer employment, and helping people in the right direction. So I would implore people to go to workforce development to help them with filling out applications and filling out their resumes. So I think there are jobs out here. We just need to find ways to get people in these jobs.
Michael Dunkley is the outgoing MP for CTAN. He
Mhm.
had that spot for quite a while. Big shoes to follow. How do you get to this that they were strongly a Michael Dunkley supporter?
So Michael Dunkley did what Michael Dunkley did. I'm not here to fill his shoes. I'm here to create my own legacy. So I want to show people that Michael Dunkley did what he had to do for the people, and I have my own style. But what I can say is that I'm definitely committed to CTAN, the people of Smith and Devonshire and Hamilton Parish, to help them along as a candidate or MP that is going to be for the people. So whether you vote for me or not, if I'm your MP, I will be there to support you and be your employee. You're going to be my boss, so I will be your employee. If you have questions or comments, my number's out there. It's on my flyers. I'm contactable at any time. Reach out to me, email me, call me, and I would definitely be there to answer your questions or get questions answered for you.
How have you been received by CTAN residents?
I actually think it's been very good. We canvass every day since prior to the election. being called, but I've been canvassing. I have a great team behind me, so we are on the doorsteps, making calls, reaching out, and circling back as well to make sure that there's that had questions that needed to be answered. We get the answers for them, and we circle back and get it for them.
What do you say to those that say, and this is a general consensus, that politicians are only seen during times of election?
So I can't speak for anybody but myself, but I always put myself forward, whether it's the last election or now. I'm very contactable. I do reach out to people. I am constantly, I'm going to be honest, I was trained by MP Famous, who's on the doorsteps, who keeps in contact with his constituents. And I actually admire that. And so I want to have that same type of rapport with the people in C10. I want to be, somebody that people can say is easily contactable, and somebody that I was drop what I have to figure out what the problem is. I have people, even this morning, I had somebody from St. George's calling me with an issue. And so I did let the lady know that I will be getting back to her today once I get the answer that she was seeking. So rather in C10 or Bermuda in general, I'm always there to try to get the answers or help you out where I can.
Sounds like you want to break that notion, that disparity.
Yes, I believe that you're voted in by the people. And just as you're voted in, you can be voted out. So it's my job to work hard for the people of C10.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Impressed. The Progressive Labor Party won that seat. I think it was 3 elections ago.
Mm-hmm.
Your thoughts on pulling it upset? How confident are you?
I'm confident that people can see me for who I am, and I'm confident that people will vote for me because I'm not just about saying that I'm going to be there. People know that I am there, whether it's been prior to the election being called or recently when somebody came with me with a huge issue, and they thought that myself, Michael Dunkley, the premier, Robert King, nobody could solve the issue for him. So as I walked out of the yard, I started making phone calls, and this is a Friday night. By Monday, I had it sorted because I believe that if people have a genuine issue and a genuine concern, it's our job as politicians and people that are representing you to figure out how to get these issues solved for you.
Sounds like you have some resources there.
You have to have resources.
This might possibly be a 4-horse race.
Mm-hmm.
You have yourself, you have Robert King.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what Sir John Swan's going to say, and
Mm-hmm.
possibly the FDM might bring a candidate. What might you say to that notion?
I say, this is a free country. Anybody could run, but I'm here to run my own race, and whoever I'm up against, I'm up against. I'm ready to show the people of C10 why I should be their representative.
What are you going to do different that other MPs or other persons that have won that seat is going to have done thus far? What is Lindsay? What ID is Lindsay going to bring to C10?
I'm going to show people of C10 that I'm for everybody in C10, not just whether you voted for me, not just because, but I just want to run my race and show people that I'm definitely here for them, regardless of anything. Like, I believe in, I try to represent everybody, regardless if I was running C10. When I ran in C12, I knew that I was possibly more likely than not going to win. But even up until I threw my name forward for C10, I was still reaching out to people, still getting people to let me know what the issues are. And I wasn't that MP. I was somebody that actually lost the race. But to me, it's bigger than winning or losing. It's about when I tell people that I'm here for them, I'm here for them, regardless if I win or lose.
Good stuff. You are married,
Mm-hmm.
a young child,
Yes.
family orientated. How important is that to the landscape of Bermuda and C10?
So for me, being a mother, was something that I always dreamed of. And when I was told I couldn't have biological children, I decided to put my name forward as a foster parent. And I've had plenty of foster children come through my door, emergencies, long-term placements. When my daughter was placed in my arms, I had this overwhelming feeling that she was there to stay. So when I did adopt her, I knew that it was this is actually why I ran for politics. Instead of me complaining or questioning why things are the way they are, I said I want to do the best that I can for my daughter. So that's one of the main reasons why I ran for politics, was to show my daughter that she could do anything she wants, regardless of what obstacles she had to overcome when she was born. So I want to, and she says, she sent me a message the other day, because now she has a fan, but she sent me a message and she said, "Mommy, you're my hero. And if nobody votes for you, they don't know I don't know what's wrong with them, because you're the best." So I said, "Oh, thank you, London. Regardless of what happens," that made me feel good that she's taken a big interest in politics and why I do the things I do and why sometimes the moment's not home early enough for her. So she's definitely for it and definitely supports me running C10. And she supports anytime I have to open my doors to a foster child, because she knows it's bigger than just her and I. It's about supporting our community. So I don't just talk the talk, I actually walk the walk. I embrace people into my home and open my doors at any time. When I get that call and family services calls, it's about welcoming somebody into our house because they need a safe place. So being the candidate for C10, I'll be the safe space.
On that note, we'll be back after this quick word from our sponsors.